I now call this meeting in Davenport Community School District Board of Directors to order. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, one thing of note, under recognitions, we're going to move the Davenport School District Foundation scholarships up, and then we will move the Iowa Seal of Biliteracy after that. With that being said, Director Klein Jerome, would you please read our mission and vision statements?
Mission statement. The Davenport Community School District is dedicated to growing excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics for every child by ensuring the highest quality education in an environment shaped by our diverse community, preparing our students to be lifelong learners and productive citizens. Vision statement. Education that challenges conventional thinking, prepares all students to compete in a global society, and inspires our students, parents, staff, and community to answer the question, what if?
Thank you, Director Klein Jerome. Director Potts, would you please read our guiding principles?
Guiding principles. Opportunity. We provide abundant opportunities to empower students to reach their full potential academically, creatively, and socially. Collaboration. We foster an environment that allows students, families, and community stakeholders to come together for the betterment of our students' education and future. Transparency. We share relevant and important information with our students, families, and the community to maintain open and productive communication.
Thank you, Director Potts. Superintendent Schneckloff, would you please read the goals?
Today we're focusing on goal number 1, to enhance student learning.
Thank you. We will move on to presentations. We have one presentation tonight, the IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union to pay off the student lunch debt for Davenport Community School District. I'll turn it over to the superintendent.
Thank you very much, President Goza. Tonight we have 3 special individuals representing the IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union. One of the things that's incredibly important to school district is to find partners that are looking to eliminate barriers. We got an email from this team of people about a week ago. We had a 15-minute phone call. The problem was identified and the problem was eliminated. And those types of community partners are invaluable. So we wanted you guys to come here today, say something brief about the program, the initiative that you guys took for this. And then we want to thank you by coming up front, taking a picture and sharing that with us. First of all, that what I just described rarely happens in the world of education, where the problem is identified and then eliminated within 15 minutes. So that says a lot about the human beings that are standing in front of us, and we greatly appreciate partnering with an organization like that. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the initiative to do this for our students, because it means the world to our students and families. So I'll turn it over to you. With us tonight, we have Mr. Pat Anger. He's the Business Development Manager. We had Chad Mansfield. He's the VP of Sales. And then we have Heather Deal, the Marketing Strategist, with us today. So thank you for being here today with us.
Well, I want to thank you, too. Your response was quick. You were gracious. Got it done very fast. It was great to work with you. Great to go through this. As a community credit union, our duty is to give back to the communities that we serve. And at IH, we take great pride in that, which is why we're so excited to help out the Davenport Community School District and pay off some lunch balances. Pretty awesome. Very brief.
Well, to their credit, we had to talk them into coming here. They didn't want any recognition. They're like, no, we want to help. We don't need all that. But it's really important in this effort for us to recognize you, because it's incredibly valuable what you're doing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. We will move on to recognitions. And up first, as I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we will do the Davenport Community School District Foundation Scholarship recipients. Turn it over to Superintendent.
Well, first of all, today is one of our favorite days to assemble two special human beings together, the donors and the students, to where they can interact and the families can interact. And then also to put our students on display who have worked incredibly hard to be in the spot that they're in now, getting ready to launch their careers. Talk to a couple of our students that are getting ready to go off to college. It's one of the most exciting times of your life. And to have a little bit of financial stability going into that area, just you have earned that right. And without our school foundation providing this opportunity, it would be incredibly difficult for our students to go forward. So on behalf of the administration and school board, I want to thank the foundation for putting in all this work. And I know that you have a little bit of a program for us, so I'll turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Board of Directors, and thanks for giving us time on your agenda for tonight. And thank you to the directors who joined us downstairs a little while ago. I'm going to read the whole list of the scholarships. Some of the students are not here, but we're going to go right through the whole list. We had, I think, 51 students getting scholarships for a total of $110,000. So we're very, very proud of that. So starting right off, I don't think the first student is here, but Alexa Andy Burr was awarded the Nancy Zabara Scholarship. Carter Belby was awarded the Gronenboom Scholarship. Sam Bevins was awarded the Catherine Bell Tate Scholarship. Grace Brandt was awarded the Hall of Honor Fisher at Large Scholarship. Kyle Burke was awarded the Dale and Carolyn Postchen Scholarship and the Carol and Cynthia Herring Scholarship. Brianna Cabrera was awarded the Jason Blair Roberts Scholarship. Mia Carr was awarded the Jerry Jurgens Scholarship. Hannah Cousins was awarded the Hall of Honor Fisher at Large Scholarship. Noah Dressler was awarded the Marie Link Powell Scholarship and the Jack King Music Scholarship. Chloe Eckert was awarded the Darrell Spons Scholarship. Margot Fay was awarded the Hall of Honor Kneep Family Scholarship. Carson Ford was awarded the Hall of Honor Jurgens Scholarship and the Dr. Lisa Arbisser Scholarship. Hannah Ford was awarded the Michaela Rose Duvall Scholarship. Simone Green was awarded the Jane Grady Scholarship. Darian Hellstrom was awarded the Robert and Doris Blackburn Technical Scholarship. Vivian Hoon was awarded the Mary Elizabeth Siebert Scholarship. Nettie Cantor was awarded the Jim Hester Scholarship. Kalia Knox was awarded the Myers Scholarship. Sidney McCauley was awarded the Buttleman Arbisser Journalism Scholarship. Evelyn Moulton was awarded the DHS Class of '59 Scholarship. Aditya Patel was awarded the Rajendran Family Foundation Scholarship. Olivia Roberts was awarded the Jerry Tallman Women's Athletics Scholarship. Mia Roldan was awarded the Fujiwara Weiss Music Scholarship. Emma Schlater was awarded the CHS Class of '64 Future Teacher and the Carol and Cynthia Herring Memorial Scholarship. Jack Stremlow was awarded the CHS Hall of Honor Fisher at Large and the Fujiwara Weiss Scholarship. Maddox Sullivan was awarded the Jerry Jurgens Athletic Scholarship. Michael Tucker Jr. was awarded the Jason Blair Roberts Scholarship. Macy Wilkins was awarded the CHS Class of '79 Scholarship. Addison Miller was awarded the Nancy Zabara Scholarship. Morgan Smith was awarded the North High Music Scholarship, the Dr. Harold Kaiser Memorial Scholarship, and the Una England Scholarship. Marissa Zamora was awarded the Clyde Mayfield Scholarship. Ian Blackburn was awarded the John C. Lee Memorial Scholarship. Kylie Daly was awarded the Betty Nelson Scholarship and the George E. Weiss Career Technical Scholarship. Zane Fellman was awarded the Brian Kepi Scholarship. Luke Matson was awarded the Friends of West Scholarship. Meredith Mitchell was awarded the Davenport Schools Foundation Minority Scholarship. V. Julie Nguyen was awarded the Jack Hudson Scholarship. Kadrin Nunn was awarded the Springer Family ISU Dreamer Engineering Scholarship. Elizabeth Postchin was awarded the Mary Means Scholarship. Abigail Reed was awarded the Daniel Wisely Warrior Scholarship. Savetta Sanders was awarded the Jan Moodham Educators Opportunity Scholarship. Maya Verdon was awarded the Darrell D. Spons Scholarship and the Dr. Paul E. Johnson Scholarship. That's all of our students.
So right now, we would like all of our students to come up, and we're gonna repeat the same photo opportunity we had with IH Mississippi Valley right here. We would also like our foundation board members and Sally Carino and her team to come up here as well, please. Thank you.
All right, we will move on to the Iowa Seal of Biliteracy. I'll turn it over to the superintendent.
Going in the theme of celebrations, this is our annual celebration of our Seal of Biliteracy, so I'd like to turn it over to Mrs. Schaefer.
Of course, today's the day I wake up like this, so just bear with me. So yeah, I'm Ashley Schaefer, for those of you who I haven't met yet. I'm in charge of the Seal by Literacy as well as teaching French and Spanish, mostly Spanish, at West. So the Seal by Literacy, sorry. Yep, we're good, sorry. The Seal by Literacy is really just a celebration of languages and how hard our students work. The Seal by Literacy proves that they are literate, reading, writing, speaking, and listening in English and one other language. Sometimes this language happens to be their home language. For some of our students, it is. Sometimes it's not. The majority of our students actually learned this second language here in Davenport schools from 7th through 12th grade. So it's really a testament to how hard our kids work. And both English and Spanish, because learning English is no walk in the park either, and how amazing our teachers really are, and how we push our kids to really achieve this award. Sorry. So just some key points. The Seal of Biliteracy really just does value that asset of language for all students. It's a really great life skill, job skill, cultural skill, all of the above. And so I want to update this a little bit. Last week when I had to submit this, yes, we had 154 since 2019. 2019 is the first year that Iowa accepted the seal of biliteracy, so we jumped on that the very first year here in Davenport. It was 154, and I had to just really persevere and not take no for an answer and really kicked it in the last minute. So we now have 156, and I am incredibly proud of these kids, especially those. Sometimes they just, they're kids, right? They take it to the end and they fight hard, but they're going to push it to the end. So I'm really proud of that. So we have 154 students who have earned this accomplishment, and they can earn this accomplishment anywhere from 9th through 12th grade. So we do only recognize seniors tonight. Seniors are going to earn their medals. Seniors are going to walk across the graduation stage with this really awesome, huge medal, but they can, and most of them have earned it before their senior year. So that means we are up to 28 seniors that will earn it this next Sunday at graduation. So just some numbers over the years. And I added our juniors and sophomores who have earned the seal already, just so you can kind of see where we're at. 23, 24, it should read 28, so we're one behind last year, but it's okay. We had some really solid pushes, but we already have 23 juniors that are going to walk the stage next year with this medal, with this accomplishment, plus any other kids at test. We already have 7 sophomores who are absolutely in 2026 going to walk the stage with this medal and this achievement, which to me is phenomenal that we are getting these kids to earn this as a sophomore. And just on a personal note, the last 5 years I spent as an instructional coach in world language, so some of these little cuties I have had since 7th grade, walking into their classroom and kind of pushing them from 7th and 8th grade on. So this class, these seniors this year, I've had a deeper relationship with, so I'm really proud of all the work they've done. And just, we have improved on our languages. We now have Turkish, which is our first year of Turkish. It's phenomenal, just trying to really push kids. If your home language is not English, French, or Vietnamese, that's fine. Let's find what it is and let's get you tested. So we have 5 French, 9 Vietnamese, 139, actually, sorry, it should read 6 French and 140 Spanish, which is just phenomenal, just growing in the numbers every year. And like I said, the majority of our kids learned their second language here in Davenport schools. 57% of our kids walked in knowing only English, and we have pushed them to earn this seal in their second language, which I think is a great testament to how amazing our teachers are. They really push these kids to learn, and like I said, it's no walk in the park. This test is 4 tests. It's a reading test, a writing test, a listening test, and a speaking test. And the target's moving every year. The topics change on us. The format of the test is the same, but the topics change, the prompts change. It's no walk in the park for sure. Also, last year, our district, and by our district, I mean, I kind of did it, so sorry, we're doing it now. We started the Global Seal of Biliteracy, and what that is an international recognition that our students are literate in their English and a second language. Like I said, we started in last year at the end of the year. I found it, I researched it, and I was like, hey, I'm going to apply and see if our kids qualify. And they did. And it's a small percentage, but our kids do qualify, and so I want to recognize that. And we do have kids this year that also qualified for that. But the Global Seal does recognize the literacy in both languages, but they ramp it up a notch, and they define, hey, you have functional fluency. And it's based on their test scores. And functional fluency is you can go and travel in that country, you can move around, you can communicate with native speakers. Working fluency, a little step above that, working in unfamiliar territory kind of a thing, different situations. And then professional fluency, which they could go work for the government or things like that. We do not test, I will put a disclaimer out there, we do not test for professional fluency here. And none of these other tests are beyond what we were already testing. These are using the same test we were using for the Iowa Seal. We're just acknowledging that, yeah, you got the Iowa Seal, but you're even more awesome, and you get a functional fluency or a working fluency, and it really defines to a college or an employer how great they really are. Professional fluency is something typically an employer would request them to test anyway, so we don't test. It's a different test, and usually the employer would provide that for them anyway. So I want to start with our Global Seal recipients, and I know it's the seniors were done on Friday, and they have work and vacations and all the things. So some of them are here and some of them are not. But for functional fluency, so these guys were intermediate high or higher in all 4 tests. We had Anthony Bueno. Anthony's not here, right? No. Natalie Herrera, Miley Hernandez. And then for working fluency, which again is above and beyond, it's advanced low at WARMET or higher in every single one, and it was Alejandra Herrera. So really proud of those guys. Like I said, it's still the Iowa Seal, but they also get the international recognition, which I think is really cool. And then our 2024 graduating seniors, we have Shakur Alaf, Grace Brandt. Some of them have already left from the previous one. Anthony Bueno, Manny Chavez, Hannah Cousins, Chloe Eckhart. We're getting there, sorry. You guys are coming up, right? Liam Elliott, Jorge Estefania, Uciel Flores, Hannah Ford, Angie Gomez, Simone Green, Miley Hernandez, Natalie Herrera, Gabby Liebold, Nayeli Lopez, Giselle Lopez Martinez, and Montse Lopez Martinez, Ethan Mammon, Jillian Maxwell, Charlotte McLean, Jasmine Navarro Garnica, Katie Patricio, Jimena Ramirez, Joe Smith, and I know Joe is not up there, but Joe fought so hard for this last week, and they're here, and we're going to recognize that. Jack Stremlow and Marissa Terry and Samantha Torres. Yes.
All right, we will move on to board reports. Are there any board reports? Director Poston?
Yeah, on May 14th, I had a chance to visit West High. I want to thank Principals Williams and Hasek, and then instructors Zinn, Grapp, Smith, and Massey for allowing me into their CTE classes. And also thank you to Mr. Schaefer for visiting his art class. Also on that same day, that evening, I attended the West High choral concert and awards presentation, and congratulations to those students and a wonderful concert. On May 20th, I attended the West Awards program for seniors, many of who were also recognized here tonight. And then, like many of us here, attended the Project Search on May 22nd. Congratulations to those kids who were off and running to jobs that they have interned for. And then on the 23rd, I went to the long-range planning presentation to the Third Ward Alderman and to her constituents at Smarts Middle School.
Director Barnes.
Monday the 20th, I attended the Central Choir concert, which was absolutely fantastic. Enjoyed sitting next to Dan and Kent at the Project Search graduation, which was a incredibly moving family and community event that really touched me. And then on Friday, I had the opportunity to attend Sudlow Middle School's 8th grade honors and promotion assembly, which was really great. And I was stunned to see how many students had a 4.0 GPA at the end of their 8th grade year. So great week. Lots of things happening in the district right now.
I gotta turn that on. First, I want to say a lot of us attended the recognition evening along with the retirement dinner. I want to give a huge shout out to Ivy Rauschenbach. She did a great job setting that up. And it was a good night. And then the Project Search graduation, those are always awesome. I'm so glad we got invited to those. And I, too, with Director Poshen, attended the Third Ward meeting down at Smart Junior High where we got that presentation. Sarah did a good job with that, and John from Bray as well. And then I got to do field day at Fillmore today, so field days are always the best. So, if there's no other board reports, we will move on to communications. Open forum. We have 2 for tonight. Open forum is a time for members of the community to give input at a board meeting regarding school district issues or concerns. Individuals who want to speak, please fill out an open forum request and give it to the board secretary prior to open forum. The form is available in hard copy for in-person attendees or on the school board page of the district's website for those who want to participate virtually. Virtual participants must email their request to Brenda T. at tbrin@davenportschools.org by 3 p.m. on the day of the board meeting. The board will not act on any issue presented during open forum if it was not published as an agenda item. Iowa Open Meetings Law prohibits action on any issue that is not on the agenda. The president will set the amount of time allowed for individuals to speak. The board asks that no charges or complaints be made against individual employees of the district or community. Remarks that reflect negatively on the character or motives of any person will be called out of order. You will be asked to state your name and home address prior to making remarks. Please remember when you come up, push the button when you get the green light. And we did have no virtual. Thank you. We have 2 tonight. Will be 2 minutes each. Up first, we have Jack Axe and then Carly Pickerel.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jack Ox. I live at 4018 229th Street, Circle North, Port Byron, Illinois. I'm an employee of the district. I'm a substitute teacher. I worked for 18 years at West, teaching social studies, and then retired. And now I sub about once a week or so based on my travel schedule. I want to visit all the 63 national parks. I'm here tonight to tell you something that really hits me hard, and 2 topics. One is cell phones. It's a problem, and it's getting worse since I retired in 2021. And my fellow teachers tell me it's a constant fight, and I'm asking the school board to give the teachers tools that they don't have to fight and just remind and remind. This is addictive. I taught psychology for years. This is addictive. People want to look at it. They want to hide it. They want to say, what's going on here?
And that distracts education. I'm telling you, that's what's happening in the classroom. I was a co-teacher with another teacher there. I was subbing, and she's giving a lecture, and several kids are on their phones. And it's just disrespectful. And the teacher said, "Hey, let's put the phone away. Let's put the away," and the kids just don't respond. So, from my point of view, I think that's going to be a tough decision, but you need to take the pressure off the teacher and just ban these things in the classroom. And that's a tough call, but it's happening. It's just tough, and it's tough for them to teach like that because sometimes learning is not happening when they're on the phone. So I just want to let you know because I just see it when I go sub. The other thing I don't know how much time I got left, but hopefully I got enough. The other thing I want to let you know is I was substitute teaching, and we did the pledge tonight. And I sat in the classroom, and I stood, and I was doing modeling, and like we all did tonight, and not one kid stood up. And I was just shocked. And I know we can't force kids to do that, but we need to teach kids what that flag's about. And I'm an American Legion. I was in the Army for 20 years. I'm usually at the Arsenal 4 times a week. We have about 48 funerals a day. I'm on the honor guard. And we have a saying when we present the flag, when we fold the flag. And I want to share that with you if I have time. That banner of love and devotion is a living memorial to our fellow veterans that we should honor every day. The blue field represents the skies that overlook our land and denotes the watchfulness of God, the eternal. The red stripes tell us of the blood, sweat, and tears offered and conquered by our comrades, responsible for the freedom of this country. The white stripes boldly proclaim the peace they help bring to future generations. This is their flag. This is our spiritual heritage. We should think of it with the tears of the mind and the faith and the heart. So when I look at the flag, it not only reminds me of the United States, but of the men and women that fought and died for this country. And we just had Memorial Day. And it was just very sad for me. And I don't know how to fix that other than modeling and asking students. But that behavior is not there anymore, at least what I've seen. So even though we just saw it here tonight, it's not happening all the time in our schools. It is in in elementary school, but not, my experience is just in high school. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Carly Pickerel.
Good evening. I am a high school student in the Davenport Community School District, and I am also an athlete. However, I have not had the greatest experiences being an athlete in the district. And this is due to coaching. I have had numerous experiences with numerous coaches that they just ended up degrading me for not being able to do something instead of teaching me how to do it. I used to play volleyball and tennis. However, I love those sports. I absolutely adore those sports. But I quit both due to coaching, which pains me to say because of how much I love participating in athletics in this school district. But due to the coaching, middle school through high school, I have had multiple coaches that their way of coaching is just degrading you and then just letting you leave. And that has become a huge problem. I know many other athletes that I am friends with that quit sports because they could not handle the mental torture that these coaches are bringing out. However, we got news that a coach is being forced to leave, but that coach cares so much. I am on said coach's team, and it is absolutely devastating that we are keeping coaches that degrade young women and young men, but making the coaches that care, that are good at what they do, leave. It is very devastating. because this particular coach has dedicated his entire career to creating good relationships with the teammates and giving them all the technical things that they need to perform well. And never once did that coach ever degrade us. Not once. But the coaches that we have in our district are not all like that. So I encourage you and the admin of every high school and every middle school to evaluate the coaches that we have in this district, because athletics can be a huge thing for students. It can be a huge outlet. It can be the rest of a person's life. But we can't get there if our coaches are not being sympathetic, if they are not being kind human beings. Because, like I said, I've had many experiences with coaching that just I ended up quitting because I could not handle the verbal abuse that is happening. And as a high school student, I finally have the courage to come up in here all in front of all of you in hopes that we kind of pay attention to who we are letting on, who we're keeping, and who we are letting go. And really evaluate who they are as a person, and not only what their credentials are, but also ask the students, ask the teammates who have to be with them to do the sport that they love. Ask them what their opinions are, what they think of that coach before anything happens to them. Because the coach that is leaving has helped me so much through my mental health issues. I suffer from major depression and high anxiety, but yet every day after practice, both this season and last season, I knew that if I was having an issue, whether that be at school, my mental health, at home, I could always, 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 always go to that coach. No judgment, give me something to think of instead of the issues that I have. But other coaches that I've had, one was literally seen physically abusing a girl, and yet they still have their job and their coaching place. But we're letting a coach that is so amazing and helps out the team so much is now leaving, and not because he wants to. Thank you for your time.
My microphone keeps going off. Thank you for participating in open forum. The board appreciates hearing from the community. All right, we will move on to the consent agenda. May I have a motion? Director Hayes.
I move the board accept the consent agenda as written.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. Motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. Superintendent report.
None at this time.
Committee reports. Breaking Barriers Committee.
None at this time.
LZAC.
We had to cancel our meeting due to weather, so I'm assuming we will reconvene in the fall.
Okay. Long Range Facilities Planning.
Is none at this time.
Policy Committee.
Nothing at this time.
All right. Nothing to report on for Legislative Advocacy. Finance Committee. Nothing at this time. All right. We'll move on to items requiring action. May I have a motion on subject 9.01 bus lot relocation to the Armory project?
Mr. President,
Director Klein Jerome.
I move the board award the bus lot relocation to the Armory project to the lowest responsive bidder, Bill Bruce Builders, in the amount of $4,167,500.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? I do have a question. These bids were a lot closer together. They weren't too far apart.
That's correct.
I just want to make sure nothing was missed because it's the same person or same company that is doing a lot of work in the area. Do they have the manpower to do all this? And I feel like this project is way more intense than the fields and stuff, but the variance.
I believe a lot of the work is actually a subcontractor. A lot of the dirt work and concrete work is not self-performed by Bill Bruce, but at this time they're telling us they have the manpower to do this.
Okay.
Dan.
Director Beck.
Just one quick question. And I apologize if this happens frequently, but I hadn't noticed it before. The budget is quite a bit higher than any of the bids that have come in, and typically those numbers I think are a little bit closer. Can you explain like how that might have happened, what that means?
Well, in this case, typically the architects work with contractors to kind of develop a price. So they don't do this alone, but they go through history and just look at where the market's been and other projects they're working on and other ones that have been in the area. And then they develop a budget off of that. In this case, we have 5 bidders, fairly competitive market. In the past, things have been very busy. Maybe to make some assumptions, maybe the contractors are a little bit more freed up this year than they have been in the past. So that made it a little more competitive.
Any other discussion? Josh, the only other thing I would ask, are you going to have a timeline on all these projects? Because I would like to keep up on that just to make sure that some things aren't falling behind.
TJ and I can share that with you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, seeing no other discussion, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. May I have a motion on subject 9.02 budget amendment?
Mr. Chairman,
Director Poston.
move the board approve the fiscal year 24 budget amendment as presented for an increase of $30 million.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing and hearing none, this will be a roll call vote. Director Poston.
Yes.
Director Barnes.
Yes.
Director Potts.
Yes.
Director Klein Jerome.
Yes.
Director Hayes.
Yes.
Director Beck.
Yes.
My vote is yes. Motion carries. May I have a motion on subject 9.03 Head Start contract?
Mr. President,
Director Beck.
I move the board approve the Head Start contract for the 2024-2025 school year in the amount of $348,300.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Director Barnes?
I just want to acknowledge this is a pretty big deal to be expanding early childhood education in school district. This is something to hold up as a real achievement. So I'm really grateful to see this.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? All right, seeing and hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. May I have a motion on subject 9.04 Bray contract for fascia panels and coping at Jackson?
Mr. President,
Director Potts.
I move the board approve the Bray architect contract for replacement of fascia panels and coping at Jackson Elementary School for $23,510.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Director Kleindrum?
What's coping?
Think of it as siding cap around a roof. It goes around the top edge of the roof. So if you look at a storefront or a building front, there's a cap on the top and then metal siding that comes down. That's basically what it is.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, is there any other discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. May I have a motion on subject 9.05, policies for approval?
Mr. President,
Director Klein Jerome?
I move the board approve the following policies: 102, 103, 211, 213.01, and 215.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries. All right, we are on to discussion items. Up first is, and the only discussion item is 10.01, policies for board review.
Mr. President, this is a new policy on artificial intelligence, 605.08. This is the second review for this policy. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, it'll come up for a vote next time.
Thank you. Administrative reports.
None at this time.
Are there any board requests? All right. Board reflections. We'll start with Director Beck.
Well, definitely the scholarship recipients, actually really all the things today, the community program paying off school lunch debt, that's incredible. All the scholarship recipients and all the students who've received the Seal of Biliteracy. Those are by far amazing. And then expanding Head Start is just also
Thank you,
fantastic.
Director Beck. Director Poston.
Yeah, I would agree with everything that Allison mentioned, but I would also like to add one thing, and that was the gentleman, I think it was Mr. Ox, that commented here on open forum. And again, I think he was right on with both subjects. And I have been very disappointed when I've attended athletic events when I see the number of kids and parents that are sitting during the national anthem. And I don't know how to change that. I think it's a sad state of affairs when people cannot recognize, what our veterans have done for this country and not showing respect to the flag. And again, I don't know how we can, change that problem around. If it was up to me, I would kick them out of the gym, but it's not up to me, and I don't think that would probably work very well. But I appreciated his comments.
Thank you, Director Poston. Director Hayes.
I enjoyed the entire meeting and just thankful to IH for covering the debt to take care of students, because that would have been a debt that we probably would have had lingering over, and we have had it in years past. So I'm thankful for them and the community work that they did to take care of that debt for our students.
Thank you, Director Hayes. Director Barnes.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the photo of the school board and superintendent with the scholarship recipients. And here's the reason why. It's going to be a visual representation of what this school district stands for. The diversity represented in that group of scholarship recipients was incredible, and more so than any other school district in this region. And that's something to lift up. Second thing is, it was recognizing achievement, and that's what we're about. I mean, these are students who have done great things, and their achievement is being recognized. It also represents community support. I mean, having donors here interacting with those scholarship recipients is awesome. And then the final thing, the investment in human potential. I mean, just that moment, that photo alone, that demonstrates the investment in human potential that our community is inspired to make. And that's something that's worth lifting up. So that was a real fabulous moment when I think about those four elements and what it takes to have a successful school district.
Thank you, Director Barnes. Director Potts.
Director Barnes, that's very well said. Very well said. I'll just ditto that.
Thank you, Director Potts. Director Klein Jerome.
Yes, I agree that anytime we can recognize their students' athletics, fine arts, their achievements, it's like the best part of being here, to see that we are doing right things for kids, and there's the proof.
Thank you, Director Klein Jerome. Superintendent Schnecklow.
That was beautifully said. I want to highlight one of the scholars. I was just talking to him, and every single one of those students are entering a time in their life that is so exciting. It's a little bit of unknown. Some of them are going, most of them are going to college. But I was talking to Jack, and he is really nervous about going to St. Louis U. And he's really excited at the same time, but that's good. Those scholarships really help alleviate some of that fear. So it was just really neat to see that personal connection for me.
I think everybody has already said everything. I thought it was a great meeting. Now we need to wait almost an hour and 10 minutes before the next one. So with that, Director Potts, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, motion carries, meeting adjourned.